So today on iphysed.com we're going to look at the Make My Groups app, which is a fantastic app for helping PE teachers to create groups quickly and use it to actually keep score of your groups in your PE classes. So we can make a list of students. I have a list here already that I created, so I can either enter these names one at a time, or you can actually import it using a CSV file from your Dropbox. But I have some of my lists saved here using some of my classes, so I'm going to use let's use 3BM today. Alright, here's the list of all the students in my class. Now, I can make my groups in three different ways. I can make it by number of groups, group size, or number of people in a group. So today I'm going to go with number of groups to start with, and I'm going to say 4 groups. Okay, so this will split the students into 4 groups. Something else I want to do though is maybe I want to separate some children who either have some behavior problems when they play together, or basically just as a skill thing, so that we don't end up with all the good players on one team. So I can separate by pushing separate 1, and maybe I want to separate Ella, Kara and Koju, because they are the 3 most skilled players. That's going to separate them when I make my list. I can also, so let's have a look, here we go. So it's separated them into 3 different groups there. If I go back to my list, I can also assign another group. So maybe I want to have Mansour and Kenny separated because they have some problems when they play together. So now it'll make sure that Ella, Kara and Koju are separated, and also Kenny and Mansour are separated. Something else I can do is I can actually make the team names here. So I can, at the moment there's 7 natural wonders, but there's a heap of different types of names. So maybe I'm going to go with mythical places. That's going to make my groups. So when I go to make groups, okay, Avalon, Shangri-La, Narnia and El Dorado, as you can see there. So that's actually separated them into names. Now you can see these things here: passes, shots, points and assists. Okay, those are actually definable, so I can actually go into the settings here and change my criteria options. Alright, so maybe I want to make them different things. So for basketball, this one I've made it passes, shots, points, assists, maybe fouls as well I could use. Alright, done. Okay, now when I go back, as the game's being played now, if Kodo scores a point, then I can add a point. If he makes passes, different things. So it doesn't matter which student I add to, it's going to add to the team's total at the top there. So Avalon, you can see, has 1 pass, 2 shots, 2 points, 1 assist, and 0 fouls. Same with Shangri-La. Okay, so it just keeps adding to the team score. You can now save this, okay, as a game. So I might call this basketball. Done. Okay, and then I have my stats saved, which I can access at any time to go back and look at for assessment or for the kids to see. So obviously, again, we can do group size. There's a slider here, depending on how big you want your group size, number of people, things like that. Now, the app's really good. It's really quick to make teams. It really helps the kids. Saves a lot of arguments in terms of kids saying, oh, I don't want to be with this person. It saves you having to choose captains, which always ends up with somebody being picked last, and the kids really enjoy it. It's really that random aspect to the groups, and it allows the kids to play with different kids that they maybe wouldn't choose to otherwise. The app can be a little bit buggy at times, as you saw it sort of quit itself before, but it's not such a huge problem because you don't lose any of the information that you've previously done before it closes, so it's just a matter of opening it again. Hopefully Make My Groups is working on a way to stop that from being so buggy, but again, really fantastic app, and those of us here at iphysed.com really use it a lot in our PE classes, and it's been a real big help. So you have iphysed.com's seal of approval, and we suggest that you go out and download it now.